8/17/19, real writing. I'm not good at much. My body is only an acquaintance to me. Inanimate objects are out to get me. Numbers and geometrical shapes are hieroglyphics. I got my driver's license 2 years late. The socialization processes of elementary and high school never fully took with me. I'm perpetually confused, always wondering, always falling back upon myself. I rarely fit in within a group situation. Conformity, on even the lightest level, feels like self betrayal. The only things that I can do, persist at, get good at, and excel at are talking and writing. There are all kinds of settings to talk and write in. I've tried just about all of them. There is only one real way. The other ways are just jobs. I talked and wrote to entertain. That's not real. It's okay, I guess, but it's not real. Entertainment doesn't involve truth. You just give people a diversion. People are tired, they want to escape. I talked and wrote to sell shit. Businesses want to sell shit. People want to buy shit. And many don't know what they want. So they need someone to manipulate them and con them into action. As far from real as it gets, as a means to buy or steal real food. I talked and wrote as a lawyer because people like to argue and fight to grab or keep stuff, money, dignity, their rights. An argument is never real. Winning isn't the way to get the truth. Sometimes you can find the truth with real writing and then fight for it to be honored in a limited material way through the law. But the law never settles anything, really. It advances towards the truth and recedes away from it, a rearguard action in the progress and regression of human development. The law works for and against real writing. A real writer is an explorer who discovers new worlds. A lawyer is a mechanic, maintaining ships, sailing the globe, or moving to their doom over the last horizon of a flat earth. I studied how to talk and write in a literary way. That was all about aesthetics, how to make things beautiful. The form is of prime importance at writing workshops. Unimportant rules and standards, removing art from life, a lie of order, neat and tidy, layers of polish distorting substance and purpose until it disappears, little time devoted to consideration of life and living, most time devoted to technique, to no real end, an arcane game. People sitting in a circle constantly comparing themselves to each other, naming winners and losers, exerting a cliquish control over each other, arrested development, high school kids in middle age, obsessed with sex and power, and not getting any. Words not as life's reflection, but as life's substitute. A hideout, people being assholes because they are so frustrated, too scared to engage in the hurly-burly of life, too scared to really create, filling their hours with trivial word games and bitterness. Gracefulness trumps everything. Meaning and transformation are cynically dismissed. The Unreal Writing workshops are every bit as cold as the green room, the sales office, or the legal suite. Still a thing to do, a place to go, to amass wealth and awards, and evade the issue. I talk and write as a teacher, or try to. I'm looking for teaching jobs at the moment, which is an unreal activity. For teaching to have any chance of having any value, a student should seek the teacher out. But in responding in the affirmative, the teacher is supporting a false choice. An adult student should not seek out a teacher at all, or refer to himself as a student. What he should seek out is real writing, to read, and if he is a writer, to write himself. Teaching is only meaningful with children. Once a person reaches the age of self-reliance, he should stop searching for his education in older experts and cast his fate to real writing. I teach adults, I don't teach children, so my teaching is something perceived as useful, which is totally useless. Teaching seems the least soul-destroying of real talking and writing. It is the dues the world requires the real writer to pay in order to eat. The world only gives the teacher a little, but only a little piece of the real writer's soul is eliminated. People want teachers because they don't feel confident that they can learn for themselves. They are afraid of living on their own. They want safe places to fail, with the false promise that they will learn in school and then not fail in the, quote, real world. And then they get out of school and find that they learn nothing in school and they are back to square one, or worse. Some know that school is bullshit, but they are there to get a pass to make money somewhere else. And they disrespect the teacher as a jackass and obstruction, kissing the teacher's ass for the A, laughing at him on the way out of the commencement ceremony. That teacher-student relationship sears a bit more of the teacher's soul away, but not much. If he regards the opportunistic students with a reciprocal cynicism that matches their own, and just steals the money, not caring much, banking his time and energy for his writing. The sincere students want people who they grant with a mantle of experience, skill, and knowledge to show them experience, skill, and knowledge. A teacher can be friendly with these types, happy in a minor support role that isn't too taxing, no great exertions. A good teacher doesn't really do anything. He knows no one can teach anyone anything. He's just there, encouraging, trying to give a little direction, a human sop to the cruel truth that we are born alone, we die alone, life has no meaning, and we have to create one for ourselves by figuring out who we are and what the world is. And we are certain to fail at our essential existential questioning, never getting final answers, because we, in our individual persons and the world at large, are unbearably huge and complex, overwhelmingly impossible to comprehend. The whole endeavor of life is scary to an awesome degree. And a teacher lies and says, hang in there, keep at it. Here's something to look at if you're totally confused. Here's an example, me. I'm going to look at you, try to understand you, make you my world, and share with you what I find. Teaching is the final, most benign approach of false talking and writing. Real talking and writing works this way. You live. It hurts. You want to burn the pain away. So you talk and write to get an image of yourself in the world so that you can function and maybe enjoy yourself a little. And if you stop here, You are merely in therapy, engaged in real talking and writing, but only talking and writing to yourself. But if you have the gift and the burden of being able to talk and write to others, a talent everyone does not have, you can reach a certain detachment and see in your pain and understanding a level of the pain and understanding of all mankind. You are able to see that what is true for you is true for everyone, and you have a facility to communicate that truth. And your audience, people transcending the same rings of hell that you are, appreciate what you do because you put into words what they can't. You aren't any smarter, deeper, or more sensitive than your audience. You are just the one tasked with writing it down. That's what real writing is. It's beyond empathy. It's an atonement and at one-ment with your audience. Life sucks. Then you die. It's scary and dangerous, and people can be mean. You are naked and vulnerable, and the world is a bully, constantly reminding you how small you are, your puny brain, your ridiculous short lifespan. And yet, and yet, and yet, and yet, you are equal to it all. Within the painful, chaotic mess is the opportunity to be eternal. The real writer finds paradise and tells his friends, who find it too. He just draws the map. Real writing does not divert and entertain or sell or argue and fight or seek to impress others with its aesthetic brilliance or pretend it's more experienced and knowledgeable and skillful than its insecure students. Real writing has a formula. Authentic life plus inevitable pain plus the courage to face that pain in detail plus the talent to closely approximate what you see into words, plus the persistent development of that talent, plus putting your words in front of your friends without regard to their response, trusting that your words will resonate with those at a parallel point in their human development, plus a willingness to be alone in your local world, realizing that your true community exists across the ages, plus a rejection of all that is unreal writing, serene in your understanding that all that is for you primary is secondary, and in some places totally unimportant to the world. But that is the world's arrogance. It is not the be all and end all. There is also you and paradise. Paradise, traveled to and reached in real writing. Copyright 2019, Richard Thomas.